I want to tell you stuff that will probably blow your mind. Let me start with a question. So here's the question. Why do you think that politicians with a very evil track record of election rigging, people we all know are professional election riggers, why do they always spend the most in PR trying to project their image to the masses during election campaigns? Why? Doesn't it baffle you that these guys who we already know have fine-tuned all their plans for rigging, who have all the means and all the resources for rigging, are spending so much trying to project their image and throw themselves on you everywhere you turn? The billboards, the light boxes, the radio jingles, the TV ads, the internet ads, everywhere. They want to be in your face. Why do they do that? Why do they want to show you that the crowds at the rallies are the biggest crowd ever? Why do they want to announce to you that, hey, can you imagine this guy that is a governorship candidate in Labour Party has just decamped and joined this other APC or PDP? Why do they want you to see that your own party is not going to win, but it is their own party that is going to win? Why do they have to create fake news and get the media to promote it about the candidate that the masses have chosen? What are they planning to do? Let me tell you today, it is a secret that is not known to so many people. No public office holder gets into office without the mandate and the will of the people. Can I say that again? No public office holder gets into office without the mandate and the will of the people transmitted to him either consciously or subconsciously. So you know what these guys do? They know they have the power to rig. They have the money, the resources to rig. They have all the capabilities and capacities to rig elections. But they know also that if the will of the people collectively works against them and works in the direction of another candidate, that all the money they have invested into rigging will fail them on the election day. So they want you to change your mind about your own candidate and begin to think in the direction of them winning and your candidate failing. That's why you have a TV commercial or maybe radio jingle telling you that, oh, you know, even though I know my own candidate is not going to win, I have my PVC, I'm still going to go and vote. So when you begin to agree with them, that power, that mandate, spiritual mandate and willpower to win that you're supposed to give to your candidate, you will begin to channel it towards them. So here is what's going on here. So you have your PVC to vote on the election day, but your mandate and your will of who do you think should win this election, your mind is already telling you, oh, it is this one that will win. I don't think my candidate will win because look at the crowd that attends his rally. Look at this one. Even somebody that belongs to us has even gone to them, and another one has decamped from us to them. So that means he's going to win, but I will still not vote him. That means he is going to win, means you are giving your subconscious, your will and your mandate is being handed to that candidate free of charge. And that mandate is 10 million times more potent and powerful than your PVC that you're going to use to represent just one you on the election day. So what are they shopping for? What are they coveting? They are shopping for your will to come to them. They are shopping for your mandate to come to them. So what do you do? When you see the fake news, when you see the big crowds that they have rented, when you see all these things that make you believe your candidate doesn't stand a chance, tell them, I have seen, but as far as I am concerned, my candidate is the one that wins this election. If you maintain it and the whole masses agree together and say, no, these ones don't have any chance, this is the man who is going to win, especially when all the polls, both local and international, are already saying your candidate will win. Channel your energy and your will and your spiritual mandate to that your candidate. Don't let it even leak for 1 second and go to the other people. Watch out on election day. Easy win for that your candidate. And these ones will be scratching their heads, wondering, what just happened? No, we're going to court. The collective will, the winning will, the winning mandate of the people. It is given more spiritually than it is given physically with your PVC. It is the spiritual one they are coveting. These guys are very spiritual folks. They are more spiritual than many who carry Bibles and walk around the whole place. They know what they are doing. They know that if they can convince you that they're the ones who will win and you agree with them, that they have won. But if you disagree with them on election day, they will lose. But let me tell you now why we have to fast not only from food and water, but also fast from sin. Is because when you have a covenant with God and you're living a holy, righteous life, that willpower that you have, now the potency of it multiplies and increases. It produces more result, faster result, more potent result than ever. Let me give you an example. When Donald Trump declared he was going to run for the office of the President of the United States of America, as at that time, I had never campaigned for any presidential candidate anywhere in the world. I don't know what happened in my living room that day, and this thing just dropped on me. I had a very strong sensation, and I heard God say, that one you must support. And I'm telling you, this same thing I'm sharing with you, so many Christians from all over the world heard the same voice, and they believed that what they heard was from God. And I believed I heard from God. And so what did we do? We didn't just get emotional and started following Trump. Oh, this one is going to do the work of God, is going to help Christians. No, what we did was that we went into a covenant of holiness with God, into a covenant of sexual purity, moral chastity with God, and we went now into fast. With that covenant, our fasting was producing far more result than anything ever. And so when Donald Trump will be having debates, we noticed that there was one debate he had one time and he got confused. He didn't know what he was doing. So next time they fix debate for him, we will stand in front of the television, put our hands on the TV, stretch it forward to the TV, and begin to speak in tongues. We followed this man spiritually until the day he won the election. But guess what? Do you know that when he finally won the election, nobody knew he was going to win the election because we collected our collective will and refused to donate it to this other one, even when their fake polls were saying that he's going to win by a margin that no other presidential candidate has won by in American history. That's what they said Clinton was going to win by. That's why Newsweek went and created a magazine that was supposed to be released on the election day or the day after the election. They had the face of Donald Trump on one side of the magazine and the face of Clinton on the other side of the magazine. And on the other side where they had Clinton, they put Madam President, meaning that she has already won by a landslide. And the election hadn't taken place. And on the other side where they put Trump, they put why he lost. And the election hadn't taken place. So but when the election now happened and the man won by a landslide, they pulled all the magazines. They never saw the light of the day. All the publication damaged because what they saw was not what they were predicting would happen. This is what can happen. It can repeat if you understand the nature of the battle you are fighting, that this is not a political kind of tussle. It is a spiritual warfare. The Bible says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world and the heavenly places. It is war. You don't fight it by being emotional, by ranting from morning till night. No. The people we are fighting against, they are bringing these alphas and native doctors and they are making them to cast spell on the people and make people to believe that a dead horse can actually go to the battle and win the battle. That's a spell. You are seeing something that is dead. You are seeing something that is lifeless. And somebody tells you that this thing that is lifeless can still wake up and go to the battle and win the battle. And you agree and you scream, yeah, that's a spell of the devil. That's what is going on. So you can't fight that kind of enemy with mere emotionalism. You need to be prepared. Put on the whole armor of God. Believers need to wake up to this reality. Pastors need to stop trying to be fair. There is no fairness when it comes to the battlefield. Wake up and tell your people the truth of the matter. And I'm going to come to the issue of the Peter Obi guy that we're talking about. A lot of people who know me and know what I have stood for all these years will say, why are you supporting Obi? After all, Obi had gone to number 10 Downing Street. Obi has gone to the Chatham House, which is the present-day colonial office. But why are you supporting him? The reason I'm supporting him, because no matter what anybody may have brought Obi for, no matter what the reason was for him to show up in this race, the truth of the matter is that destiny had done it in such a way that the angry enslaved Nigerians have risen up and hijacked Peter Obi. Obi has become the vehicle through which they want to express their dissatisfaction, a vehicle through which they want to redeem what was stolen from them. He is no longer a candidate of his own. Just like what happened during the time of Trump, I got the same feeling about Peter Obi. And that's why I changed course immediately. And I made this video that is still there on YouTube till tomorrow. And I talked about the kind of thing that I saw, the cloud of smoke and everything that I saw coming, the way that followership and support began to grow. And I said at the end of the day, it is the Nigerian people who will now have the power to decide the course. This is the only person I know today, even beyond all the spiritual alignments, who that the people can wake up and say, we want to sack you, and they can easily sack him. When you lived under Jonathan presidency, were you not able to protest and no one killed you? How many people were killed because they were protesting? You can't hire a person you can't fire. This is somebody that the youth believe they can easily fire if they hire him. Not people who are bigger than the nation, let alone the people. That's why they are going for Obi. So we believe that the voice of the people is the voice of God. And that's why God has to use him as a tool in his hand to turn back the destinies of the people who have lived in slavery too long and are now tired of living in that slavery. That's why pastors need to wake up everywhere you are. Tell your congregation, Pastor Paul Enenche is a human being. You see the congregation he commands, he hasn't lost any member. Bishop David Oyedepo is a human being. See his congregation, he hasn't lost anybody. The government shall be upon his shoulders. It is meant to be shown, not just read. In closing, I'm going to show you something. This is called The Amalgamation of Nigeria, documentary record, being a reprint of the report by Sir F.D. Lugard. Yeah? And in this report, it says Sir Frederick Lugard, they're talking about Sir Frederick has earned the notorious distinction of being the originator of a system of government, the product of his exuberant imagination entitled the Nigerian system. So what you call the Nigerian system is a product of the exuberant imagination of Sir Frederick Lord Lugard. It does not exist anywhere in the world. And what is this system about? How did Stoker describe this system? He says that system has, in the pregnant words of ex-Judge Stoker, been described as a setback to a condition of things resembling the barbarous ages. A setback to a condition of things resembling the barbarous. So no matter how many years Nigeria exists, it doesn't matter if we go into the 29th century, Nigeria, as long as it remains under the bondage of this satanic, diabolical amalgamation, if the people don't have a say in how Nigeria comes together to live together, you will always see Nigeria going backward. It is built not to move forward and progress, it's built to go backwards. And if anyone comes into Nigeria as a leader to make it go forward, all the forces of darkness manifesting through human beings will attack that person and cut him short, and Nigeria will start again to go backward. So it is a wheel that is built to move in reverse and not move forward. Written clearly here. This is why you should know. That's why you should know that what happened in Lokoja was not a joke. When I got that vision, I had not read anything about this situation. And then I found out later that the Governor General governed from that place. They already knew that if if they didn't do that kind of sacrifice, there was no way Nigeria was going to stay together. That's why anytime anybody dares to question the unity of Nigeria, you pay with your blood or the blood of your loved ones. Enough is enough. The blood that Yeshua shed on the cross of Calvary is what we are going to ride on to go and take back the destiny they stole from us. And this is why we don't just have to fast from food and water. We fast from sin and iniquity. So the righteousness will become a strong tool in our hands as we go to the negotiating table and decide the destiny of our children unborn. Are you ready? Are you ready? I pray that God will prepare all of us and make us ready. Remember what I said earlier. There are a bunch of outcomes you can expect. Already everything in the country, Nigeria, points to the fact that this election will not hold. But even if it doesn't hold, do not let anybody deceive you into saying that interim national government must be rejected. No, for the first time in a very long time, we have seen purely regional candidates emerge in a presidential election, and only one has gone beyond the region where he came from and has gotten the mandate of virtually everyone from every region, and that is candidate Peter Obi, the first socio-cultural organization to endorse Afenifere Yoruba. The last is the Igbo Ohaneze. Ike Clark, the father of Niger Delta, has endorsed the same man. What are you talking about? Obasanjo has endorsed the same man. Southern Middle Belt Forum, do you know who they are? Remember that the Middle Belt used to be part of the North, Arewa Consultative Forum and the rest of them. But when the killing became so much under Buhari, they said, we have had enough of the massacre of our people. We don't want to belong to the North anymore. We belong with our brothers in the South. So they created Southern Middle Belt Forum, comprising of people, these Southern elements, and then the Middle Belt people. Benue, Plateau, the rest of them. Do you know what? They have unanimously endorsed Peter Obi. What are you talking about? For the first time ever, let me explain to you something that will give you the motivation to pray and war in the spirit. When that diabolical amalgamation human sacrifice took place that God revealed to me in a vision, there were human altars that were left behind to oversee that satanic establishment that holds and binds Nigeria together by force and not by negotiation. These human altars are human beings that you know their names, and I will spare you that for this moment. They are from the west, some from the north, some from the east, some from the south. These people, every time there is a presidential election, there is only one candidate that all of them come together to say, this one will be the president. No matter what anybody does, that person they endorse is the person who will become the president. Only God knows whatever they do before that person becomes president. But they always have been together in choosing who governs Nigeria. For the first time since the creation of this diabolical nation called Nigeria, this group of men who are the living altars of this satanic covenant, they are for the first time going their separate ways. This is the first time they are divided about who should rule Nigeria. They are divided into two now. One group is with the candidate that everybody wants. The other group is the different candidate. And the other candidate is looked upon as a guy who's wasting his time and money. Can you imagine what is happening? For the first time, they have failed to agree on one person to become president. They divided. So God is using the same people that have supported evil in Nigeria to now do his bidding. And you think that the time for freedom has not come. It has come, but it can also slip from our hands if we don't do what we're supposed to do spiritually. Because the Bible says that it's only together with us that the good things which the Lord has prepared for us shall be made manifest. We have a role to play. You don't just sit down and say, okay, God, go ahead and do it. No, you play your role, and God then plays his. That's why Abraham was saying, if you find 10, Can you still destroy? He said, no. If you are up to 10 righteous, nothing will happen. If it was without our participation, he would have spared the city. But because we have a role to play, your righteousness is needed. Your dedication is needed. Your commitment to prayer is needed as well. We need to war. It's a 72-hour action. You can take it beyond. But the covenant to live a holy, righteous life is not 72 hours. Let it become the order of the day. Let it become a way of life for you from the 21st of February 2023. And I beg you in the name of God, please, I don't know how long this video is going to turn out to be, but please share this as widely as possible. Let as many people as possible get access to this before the 21st so we can go into this mass action together. Pastors, preachers, evangelists, lay church people, whoever you are, this is our mandate. We cannot let this slip from our hands. The hour for deliverance and redemption has come, and we've got to do what we have to do now that the time is right. May God bless you and give you the grace and strength to war like a watchman on the tower. God bless you.